just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Oh.
Once again, a very, very special good morning to Grenada, Carrico, Petite Martinique.
Say, feeling heavy, you're not alone.
The rest of the Eastern Caribbean states.
Voices come, hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope.
The entire wonderful world.
I'll take 5 with CJ and Jess.
We say Grenada to the world.
Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon.
We are certainly in this good-looking Tuesday morning.
For you.
As we are about to set on foot.
Take your
mental health show, your favorite mental health show. Entitled Take 5.
Take 5. You're not alone.
It's Tuesday, the 21st of July, 2026.
Jester, bring you home. It's okay to not be.
Oh, by now you should know my name is Jester. Noel.
Mental.
That very familiar voice.
So come in close.
Not too long from now, I'll be linking up with the petite lady over the seas.
You're strong, you're seen, you're truly hurt. We got your back, you've got our word. Oh, take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon. We're holding space just for you.
Where is Kenner this morning? 2 minutes gone past 10.
We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home.
I will endeavor to reach Kenner. Lift you on high, Father God in heaven. We bow down to you. You are the only one. I worship and trust that many others are doing the same because of your powers, oh God. Nothing is impossible for you. And so as we come before you this morning, God, to put this program before you. We ask that you guide us along the way. May it bring out the best result for the benefit of our listeners, not just here, but far and wide as well. We ask this through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Well, we did not have Kenro this morning, as you heard. Endeavor to make the link. Unfortunately, she wasn't around, so I had to do the honors. So just about now, we're getting ready to cross over and make the direct link with a little lady, the pitted lady. So she don't like to be called little. So here she is without any further ado. Good morning to you, my dear.
Good morning, and how are you?
I'm good, my dear. Nice to see you once again.
Same here, same here. I only see you on a once a week basis now. I used to see you almost every day. Maybe that's good for my psyche once a week.
Yeah. I agree. I do agree, man.
Oh
Oh
gosh.
gosh.
So it's time to say good morning. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Is our phone working? Our phone is working, right?
Yes. I make sure I did that this morning on both the
Okay.
landline and the WhatsApp. So we on
Okay.
point.
Okay, good. So let me say good morning first to Carl Belfon. She is on the live. Always checking in. Thank you so very much. Good morning to Jessel Grant. Good morning to Daphne Dayton family out here in Toronto. Good morning to the Hill Street people. Good morning, SBW. Good morning to Pat Pear and family. Good morning to Wendy out here in Toronto. Chance the Gamer 97 and Junior on the Hills. You're no longer on the hills, are you? Good morning to Kenro. Good morning to Chester Bandy David. Good morning to NP. Olavachi, buongiorno. Good morning to Justin Tutman and family. Good morning to Shadi Belfon. Nikki Sylvester. Good morning to the Elite Warrior. Silverly, good morning to you. Good morning to the university under there. Haha.
Cash your tree, man.
How is karaoke going there, Jester? Do you know? Have you been to karaoke lately?
No, I haven't,
Oh,
But
okay.
or are they going on with it on a consistent basis? That is
I
what
have
I'm
no
not sure
idea. I
about.
don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
that is what we need to find out. That's not
Hmm.
hard to find out.
I
I'll
know.
find out that just after the program because
Hmm.
usually when I come from here, oh no, but I'm driving today.
Oh, you're driving.
I'm driving
You
today.
got your vehicle
Yes,
back.
girl.
Well, finally.
No,
What?
not no, Claire, not
Okay.
yet.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I have I have my son's car because well, we'll talk about that with
Okay. No problem.
it's for
Yeah. Yeah.
the-
Hmm.
yeah.
Good morning to Natalina Buddy. Hope all is well. Good morning to who again? I just forget who else is good morning. Good morning to Cabrino Philip, J Wonder. Good morning. Aito, Bushes, Ted. Good morning to you all. Good morning to ACD. Hope all is well with you. Good morning to the Real FM crew. Let me start by saying good morning to my tall, long, lanky son, Dugo, do that HTS Dugo. Good morning to Kira. Good morning to you, Nabi. Hope all is well with you. Raymond Courtney, good morning to you. Good morning to my dear friend, Inspector Pancho. Hope all is well with you. Good morning. And hope to see you soon. And hopefully you are practicing your dance steps, because when I come back, I'll be hitting you hard. You know that, right? Jester?
I I hear you talking, girl.
Yes,
I
the
hear you
dance step, the
talking,
dance
man.
step. Yeah. Good morning to Coffee in the Morning. Hope all is well.
Well,
Haven't heard from you for a while, but I know that you're working hard. So That's it for now.
Yeah, well, let me say good morning to my good bro, Gordon Bushes, Richardson, Leslie Nicholas out there, he and his wife, Winter John, Andy Moose Bartholomew had a, ever, so, well, not often, but I must say periodically, if it's one thing, Andy, he will
Mm-hmm.
pick up his cell phone and
Mm-hmm.
give me a shout, even if
Okay.
it's just to make a two little old bag, which is very, very, very nice, Ekle.
Oh
Very,
yes, of
very
course.
nice. Yeah,
Well, I
yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah,
if most of them he back at yard very
yeah,
often, I need friends to talk to,
yeah.
And the other tall one is at home, Pat?
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, I went by and deal with something for them. So I
Mm-hmm.
hope
Yeah,
to
he's
see
a
him pretty soon too. Yeah, I
yeah.
have to check with him pretty soon again. Yeah, yeah. He and
Yeah,
his
I
sister was
spoke
there. I don't know if she's still
with
here.
Norma.
You
Norma.
know. No, no, no. His twin.
Oh, his twin
That's
Patsy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She was there
Okay.
too when I went
Oh,
there.
good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
hmm So it seems when I realized what I realized about twin, they tend to continue to do things even in the later stages of life together. So you find that they travel together.
Well,
It's like it's hard to give up certain habits when you're a
that is
twin.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
Well,
it seems it seems
yeah,
so
and
to
the
me.
thing is, they are not identical. They are fractional, and they still do the same thing. So imagine those that are totally identical, how they live together, they do everything together.
Yeah, but I don't think it's far. I don't think it's far fraternal, I should say, if there is a better way of expressing it.
Well, because they look alike, ain't it?
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So Mrs. Glean out there in Boston, good morning to you. Kathy out there in London, Kathy is here.
Oh, she is.
She came for 2 weeks to
Well, good morning to
to
you.
check up on her mom, and so she'll
Mm-hmm.
be departing on Saturday. Please God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Justin Tootman and his wife. Yeah, good morning. They enjoy Batway, man. They really love to go to Batway, Claire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Justin and his wife. Special good morning to her. Um, who else am I missing out on? Somebody was asking me about the program if we still have. I say, yeah, man, that program wouldn't fail just like that, Claire. You know that because of the passion, and I know you have more passion for it more than me. So I just to
You
let you
should be
know, I've
ashamed
been
to say
honest.
that.
Well, no, I say you have more passion. I just being realistic and honest. You have more passion. You should be happy for that commendation. Just plain bright.
I'm not playing bright as just said you should be
It's
ashamed
not,
of yourself. That's all I'm
I
saying.
I didn't say I don't passion. I say you have more passion. Just
Uh,
that. I not.
oh. Well, I'm the
You
hostess to the
understand what I'm saying?
mostest, okay? That's all. Let's move along.
Well, Celia, good morning to you. The Hill Street people, Celia and family,
Mm-hmm.
and so she's her son on when actually Sunday morning, they're making a late line in
Mm-hmm.
Riverside. One of them guys had the birthday bash in Riverside Junction. Yeah, so knock a little bottle there. And then I went home because then 5 hectic days from it. Started off Friday doing Calypso judging class. Started off in GBSS, went to the Licks last Saturday, then Sunday went to Pomrose, and then we were back in Deluxe to judge the other half of Kaiso Badge, which is called Kaiso Badge 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And tonight is the final,
Is it
for
worth it? Are they singing Apocalypse or something? Or is
Claire,
it just
this
Woman and Rome again?
Claire, let me tell you something. I've been honest, and I've been around this thing for a very, very,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
long time.
Mm-hmm.
This year is one of the years that the standard is up to the sky. I'm telling you.
Oh, good, good.
The level of creativity
Mm-hmm.
and artistry
Mm-hmm.
coming from the artists with their products,
Okay.
man, I'm telling you, Claire, serious. As a matter of fact, I suggested to the CEO last evening. I don't know if they're
Mm-hmm.
going to take it on board because usually now, they start in the past. They used to take 18 Calypso semi-finalists to contest the
Mm-hmm.
semi-finals.
Right.
Then in recent times they increase it to 2, which make it 20. And
Okay.
I am suggesting that they take a further 5 because of the level of competition this year. Claire, I'm telling you. So a lot of people don't hear these calypsos because you had to go in the tent to hear him. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of them
Mm-hmm.
you might find on YouTube just the same. But I'm telling you, the level is a long, long, long time. I haven't find the level of the calypso. It's just so competitive and of a
So,
very high standard this year. Trust me.
so let me ask you
And
something. When they go
yeah,
to the tens, do they choose the Calypsonians from the 10 to make them into the finalists or the semi-finalists or so, or how do they do
well,
that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That is exactly what happening. Each tent have the judging night.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Mm.
so what is
Okay.
being judged now is what you call the preliminary stage of the calypso. That is being judged. That's the preliminary judging are taking place now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the names will be called out by in the morning, please God,
Mm-hmm.
because as soon as we finish tonight, we'll be doing the total tabulation, and then the names would be released. And they have to be in the semifinals on Sunday. So actually, this weekend is a weekend of semifinals. So from Thursday, the 23rd, you
Mm-hmm.
have the groovy semifinal. The
Okay.
following day, the Friday, the 24th, would be
Mm-hmm.
the Power Soca semifinal.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the Sunday is the Calypso semifinal.
Okay.
So that would be all the shows would be at Progress Park.
Okay.
Already the stage is in place and they're getting ready to do their thing. So
Okay.
that's it.
Okay, let me say,
When it
Jester,
comes uh,
I don't want to get lambasted this morning again, and I know he's listening. So
yeah.
let us say good morning to We Noise FM 97.9 out there in the Big Apple. I know that you're listening. Good morning to you. I don't know if you're drinking your cocoa tea or you're drinking your beer or whatever, where you're standing this morning. I have no intention of taking no blows this morning, so I left it last so that you can get it best. Good morning to you. And good morning to Mama. If you're home, good morning, enjoy your day. And if you're on the road, be careful. And
I too,
Jester,
good morning to you.
mhm.
Spice special good morning to you as well, bro. When Spice has certain information, he do share it around.
Yes,
Sometimes it's
yes.
interesting, sometimes what he sends.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, last week he
yeah,
sent me one about respect, and so after we talk about respect, so I say I ain't calling
yeah.
him back because I don't want to get no trouble and no confusion with him. I refuse to answer. And let him listen to what I'm saying. I refuse
Yeah,
to answer.
yeah.
So that's it.
Hey, Claire, let me take that call here from Sherman Wells, man.
Okay.
Good morning to you, Sherman. You're live on the air.
How you know it's me that calling?
Uh-uh. Technology allows.
Good morning, Jester. Good morning, Claire. I
Good
know this
morning.
is not your topic,
Yeah.
and I chose to call just for to put a two pence halfpenny on that increased price monies you talk about for Carnival. Hmm?
No, I didn't really talk about the prize money. I talk about the increase to admit some more semi-finalists because
Oh,
of the high level of the calypso this year. So they're
okay.
like,
Well,
in what I was suggesting that they bring it to 25.
oh my goodness, when you hear you're spending the whole night in the park.
Well, remember they had increased it. Was it last year or year before for the
Yes, and
independence?
enough, the
Yeah,
increase
yeah,
1 year the increase became by accident, huh?
yeah,
Uh, because you can only get you have to, yes, you may have artists that are good, some of them may have an excellent one song, the other song is a little bit weaker, so they don't make the cut for the finals. But if you go to keep increasing, somebody mentioned about going to 15, but that's a sizable amount. I think that it will also provide a weakening of the competition in a sense that it will open the door for, if you say 15, you may get
mm,
16 great this year, and next year you only have 12, and
yeah.
the rest are mediocre.
Hmm.
So it's a very debatable position. But I wanted to mention, though, briefly about prize monies.
Okay.
And everyone here the cry for prize monies. Something that we have to be cognizant about. All these shows are busted shows.
Busted show.
Interestingly, yes,
Okay.
all bust,
Hmm.
including Soca Monarch.
Okay.
And a lot of people that's right. A lot of people don't understand. Now, if you increase your numbers to 15, it means you must be able to put out the monies to cover them as well.
Yes, that's
Yeah?
true. Because you will have to, even from in the semi-final stage, you will have
Well,
to cater for the stage appearance and everything. So
thank you very much for mentioning that aspect of the whole process.
yeah,
You see, people see the final shows. For example, let's take Soca Monarch, and they see 9,000 people in the stadium, and they say, well, Soca Monarch making a lot of money. No, step back. You went to the semifinals.
yeah,
We must take into consideration, because it's not just the end product that has a cost. Yeah?
right.
You must take into consideration all the appearance fees. You must take into consideration the cost to do the semifinals, and the preliminaries has a cost, where in most instances is free. Yeah.
Right.
So all these different components have a cost that add up to the overall cost of the event. So when you see Soca Monarch with Friday night with 9,000 people, you cannot and you should not determine that it is a show that makes money.
Yeah.
What makes money? You also have to take into consideration, although these shows may bring in more income than others, there are other shows that must be supported by the budget or the purse of Spice Mass. Yeah?
Right.
Now, the same Dimaskra you talk about, the Calypsonians, look at the turnout over the years.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you can consider it as a bus even on that big night. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
talking about increasing money and increasing artists, you're talking in prize money and you're talking increasing expenses.
Yeah.
The only how they're able to adequately deal with those things is by receiving a bigger subvention. Sponsorship monies, the government purse to date has not been adequate to cover these things fully. So hence the reason why you would hear every year Spice Mass operates at a deficit. Spice Mass bus. Spice Mass can't cover all the costs.
But
When you watch on the other islands,
Mhm.
for example, St. Vincent have been getting $1 million from the national lotteries across.
Shums, listen, I don't want to cut you, but let me tell you what I suggest. You finish, make your point. I am in consultation with Claire, she's there. I would like for us to design a program to talk carnival, so we could all these things. So we use a Tuesday to do that. Because trust me, that is a very broad subject. And if we really start talking here today, we here all tonight. But I would like to design a Tuesday that you be that person. Yeah, you be that special person, I guess.
But
so we go
you
talk.
realize,
I don't know if you would want to do it just after. It might be best to do it after the carnival finishes.
you know something?
Yeah.
You're wrong to open the net.
Pandora box.
And you see, open the box, and the box you bring up a thing where you have people out there who would agree with you.
Yeah.
But it's important to know why you should consider it happening. It's not just a one-shot thing. But I see your point.
Yeah. Because what I'm saying, because if we really start to talk here, you know,
and that's a program in its own.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's I'm saying, but you could always finish rounding up the point you were making. But definitely we will be coming after you for we to have that program. Definitely.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I was just saying that years ago, when you were getting like something like $300,000-$400,000 from NLA, the lottery people in St. Vincent been putting $1 million into their carnival. So you wonder why the carnival in St. Lucia and St. Vincent seem to be more successful financially than Grenada.
Yeah.
And it all has to do with the input that goes into the national purse, how big it is, and what you can do with it. Anyway.
Yeah, because trust me, we will have a lot to talk about when that time comes concerning the whole carnival aspect.
Anyway.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much for tuning in, man.
Bye. Later.
All
All
right,
right.
nice. Claire, very, very interesting. Shoma, she's
Mm-hmm.
just so versed, and I'm
Yes,
looking
yeah.
forward for that day, Claire, when we will be, you know, facing off and to talk carnival, because, Shoma is very, very resourceful when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
carnival, have all the experiences of, witnessing from way back
Oh
when,
yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
she's still around today. Yeah, yeah. So it will be very, very interesting. I know a lot of people will tune in for that as well. Um,
So we still have
yes,
a few
Claire.
people to say good morning to that checked in on
Yeah.
live, like Chance the Game, Lorna Bain has checked in, Keith Lalcine has checked in. Ricky, good morning to you. Hope all is well. And all we ask every Tuesday morning is for you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel because the topics that we bring every Tuesday is not fly by night. We do a lot of research to put into it and to get into it, and so that it can benefit each and every one of us. And today, it's Jester's turn, but I'm on the floor already, so I'm going to say what we are talking about. Today, we are going to be talking about navigating through grief and loss after the death of a loved one. And there is no one on planet Earth right now that can tell me that somebody that they love in their life has not gone to the great beyond. So, Jester,
Right. Um, Before we really dive into it, all right, let me say take the opportunity to really big up my Real FM crew. Trust me, it's so
yeah.
interesting in the morning. Yeah, I do have fun with them people and them, based in Real FM, and really, really do have fun. I even spoke to kids yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, nice linking up with my Real FM crew. Really. So big up your status. You all might just be listening. I do
Mm-hmm.
appreciate everything about you all, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Always remember where I come from, Claire. You understand?
Where you
Enough
come
respect to
from?
Real
I thought
FM.
you come from Shantimel.
Yeah, man.
Kira just said, "Good morning
Check
over there, over here."
it.
Good morning to you, Ki. Yes, you come
So,
out to
Claire,
Shantimel. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we talk about that. Now, it
Oh,
was 48 teams, 104 matches, and after that have been accomplished. Spain,
yes.
they were able to lay their hands once again on the FIFA World
Uh-huh.
Cup trophy.
But
It took them 16 years
mm-hmm.
to able to do that. On say the
But
last time
I
they
don't care what
did
you're saying
that.
about that. But you know what I'm
So,
really, really happy about?
mm,
Mbappe got the golden boot. That
oh
is the
yes,
only
yeah.
only thing in all of the FIFA World Cup. I was so happy. Like I'm sitting there on Saturday and I look, he scored 2 goals. I said he's at 10. And Lionel Messi was coming up and I said they just better keep holding him down. He didn't score one. And I'm like, yes. That's,
That
that's all
was the
about.
power of Spain.
Yes.
And Clay, you remember I told you I looked at a lot of the World Cup games, especially in the beginning. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, I keep missing out Spain's game. I was always missing Spain's game, especially from the
Well,
preliminaries.
that was
Even
no
when
reason.
even when they went into the round of 32 and then
Mm-hmm.
the round of 16, I was missing out on Spain. Um, but what really made me realize and convince me that Spain will win the World Cup, I looked at the game in its entirety against France, which was the
Mm-hmm.
semi-final.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw how Spain humbled Mbappe and Dembele and these guys and them and make France look so meek,
Well, they make
I
it look
was like,
weak.
no, meek, I said,
Weak,
meek,
weak. I say. You
meek,
say meek. I say
and
weak.
weak. Okay, you say weak, you're very insulting if you don't play.
No, I'm speaking
Ah,
truth.
remember, you have been listening all over the world.
Yes, you make them
Yeah.
look weak.
So the thing, well, right, maybe we put that way too. I thought to myself that World Cup is Spain. Yeah, and then I go back to the records. Do you realize that in the entire tournament, only one goal that was scored against Spain?
Mm.
So
Oh,
that
they
just
bad
to tell
like
you
that. They bad like that.
the
Okay.
defensive system
Yeah, it's great.
was on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was very much superior to the
Yeah,
other
they're good.
teams.
They're good.
And
Mm-hmm.
look at how they silenced Messi in that
Mm.
throughout
With the
that game, the
they're
majority of
not
the game.
silence, they
I'm,
erase
tell- I'm
him.
telling
They're not silence,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
erase.
Spain.
They
Yeah, yeah.
erase
Spain
Messi.
was really
But
dangerous. So,
There's one, I don't know if it's Yamal or whatever his name. I can't remember if it's him,
Yeah,
but
Lamin Yamal.
he has a little brother
That's
that
his
is
name.
about 3 years old.
Yeah.
And every time that little boy, his brother, he loves his brother so much. Every time he's playing football, it's
Mm,
like the little kid is playing the same game as his big brother. And in the end,
yeah.
he said something like, "My mother worked hard all her life. My father works hard all his life. All I have to do is to go play football and win." And I thought that was such a great comment because, his father's Moroccan and his mother is from somewhere in Africa. I couldn't remember what, but he was so humble about his say. He didn't just say, well, I'm making a lot of money. You didn't hear any of that. All he said was his parents worked really, really hard to get him where he is, and all he had to do was go there and play football.
And not just that, which is so touching because Skinner Reeves, if you realize from his utterances, the dwelling place in the past used to be a very small space. And
Yeah.
at 19 years, no clear. Do you know what is the value of this guy house at
A
19
lot.
years?
I don't know what is it. I guess
One
he's humble.
$1.6 billion.
That is money to go on in my life, so I can't even count the amount of zeros behind that.
I tell you, $1.6 billion, which is amazing at 19 years. So just the sports,
Yeah.
once you take it on serious, how lucrative it can be
Yeah.
for someone who takes it on very serious.
And you can make all that money and
Um,
still end up bankrupt like me, so in the end.
yeah,
Yeah, like me, so bankrupt.
yeah. So that's it.
Okay,
The
so
World Cup
let's
has
hit
come to
into,
an end.
yes.
So much,
Time
yeah.
for us to mosey on to our real topic now.
Yes, yeah.
Good morning to you,
So,
Jawanda. Jawanda, say good morning to bro and mama. Good morning to my dear son. How are you? Hope all is well.
Wonder, man.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's just
amazing.
I have so many sons. It's not funny. It's a lot of sons I
Yeah,
have. Lots.
yeah.
Oh, so yes, I don't know any one of us that lives in this on this world today that we know that haven't not lost someone in death or so. So we lose things differently, but death is the one that has everybody, in a quandary, because no matter how often people say, we expect that and we expect this and we expect that, when it comes, it is not a pretty thing at all. It is a whole, whole different kettle of fish when it happens. So it's yours.
Certainly,
It's
certainly.
yours. Take it over. Go right ahead.
Oh, yes. So again, just to reiterate our topic today, navigating through grief and loss after the death of a loved one. Grief is the natural emotional response to losing someone we love. It is a deeply personal journey, and no two people experience it in the same way. While the pain of losing a loved one can feel overwhelming, it is possible to find strength, healing, and hope over time. What is grief? Grief is the emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual reaction to loss. It can bring feelings such as sadness, anger, guilt, loneliness, confusion, fear, or even relief, depending on the circumstances. Okay, so I think that those what has been pointing out there, it's very obvious. That is
Yeah.
what obviously likely to come out from losing a loved one.
But Jester,
Someone,
hold on.
mm,
When someone passes, um, there are people that never lose someone or lost someone in their whole life, right? There are people that like
yes,
that.
that's
No
true.
one ever died, and then you're going through. Someone loved one of yours die, and that person is going to come to you and say, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't grieve too hard. You will get over it on it." And that is the worst thing you can ever say to someone that lose someone that is grieving. It is the
Yeah,
worst.
I think it's the
So,
manner in which you choose to say it. Sometimes it's like you should just pacify it,
yeah, because you
which is
expect
which is
death.
difficult. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, which is difficult. While we're on that, let me take the opportunity to say a special good morning to Alistair Aito Dubois. I think they will be having that memorial service in New York. I think it's on the 31st of this month. I think it's Friday, the 31st of this month. And then, the body will be coming down here. And I think the funeral down here is sometime, I think it's the 26th of August. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So here,
Let me just finish it.
where it says about a feeling of such as sadness, anger, guilt, loneliness, confusion, fear, or even relief, depending on the circumstances. There are those of us, maybe just who lose someone and you're sad like no tomorrow. You get angry at who you're not supposed to get angry at, because most people, when they lose someone that they really love, they get angry at God, and God has nothing to do with it, right? But that is the emotion that they are going through. Some are guilty when they lose, so because they did not do enough for that person while they were alive. They take them and they put them in a home. They didn't go back and look for them no time whatsoever until the home call and say, oh, your mother died or your father died. And when they see how the other people, their staff and everybody else move around that people, then guilt surround them because they feel that that they um they feel that they didn't do enough, or they feel bad that people are looking at them and say, well, you didn't come and look after your mother and father while they were alive. So what are you grieving about? Loneliness and confusion, fear. Because, just it's a lot of things that you go through when somebody that you love dies. It is not just that person dead, they have to dead, we bury them, and that's it. There's a lot of things that go on. So the people that comes to you and say, when they come, I guess they come with the goodness and say, you know what? I'm sorry to hear that your mom and dad thing die, your dad die, your husband and your wife die. But you know what? In time you will get over it. Do not say that. I'm begging you, do not say that. Just stay quiet, give them a hug, listen to them if they want to vent, and that's it. Do not say about you're going to get over it. We are going to get over it, yes, but don't tell me that the moment that you want to tell me.
It's true. I believe some people, is based on what you are already going through as a person that have that loss. Some people do make some very insensitive statements. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I don't know whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. Um, but some of the sentiments expressed, it puts the person in a feelings in a worse of situation, if you ask me. Yeah. So we have to be very, very careful about that, you know. So as we continue, common stages of grief. Although not everyone experiences these stages in order or at all, they can help us understand our emotions. Denial, difficulty accepting the reality of the loss. Anger, feeling frustrated or asking, why did this happen? Bargaining, wishing things had been different or wondering what if. Depression, feeling deep sadness, emptiness, or hopelessness. Acceptance, coming to terms with the loss and learning to move forward while remembering the loved one. So there we go again, Claire.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have been affected so much that we tend to of wanting to live in denial, you know, just because it's so difficult to accept when the harsh reality is staring you down the face, you know. So we tend to just deny it. Did it really happen? No, that don't happen. That did not happen. It's,
Mm-hmm.
it's not an easy thing.
Yeah, it
And
is.
yeah, anger, feeling frustrated or asking, why did this happen? This is what anger would lead you to, how it will lead you to react. Yeah.
And
They were, they were,
hold on, and this happens when somebody dies suddenly.
oh
It's not
yes.
that doesn't happen when somebody's sick and they're lying in bed and you expect that some there along the line this will happen. But if you somebody leave home right now and go to work, and then you get a phone call, that person is no more. You ask yourself, well, how the heck did that happen? That's when they say you're living in you're angry because that's not the thing that you expect to hear. You expect to see that loved one back home at the end of the day. So that's why I always say, Jester, live every day as it is your last, because we do not know what's going to happen as soon as we walk out that door, or even right inside we sit here. I know a man that used to stay downstairs there, that he came from work one morning having his cup of coffee and boom, just like that he died. So you don't have
Yes,
to
yes.
leave your house or anything, right where you are. Things like that happen. So these are the ones, just that I think that you ask, why did that happen? And again, how did it happen to me? Why is it my family that is happened to? These are the things that you question yourself when someone you lose someone and you're angry.
Yeah. Bargaining, wishing things had been different or wondering, what if?
Yeah. What if I'd come and look for you more often in the home where I
All
put
right.
you? What if I'd
Yes.
pay more attention to you when you were telling me that everything was not right with you? What if I'd only take the time to sit with you and tell you how much I love you? All these are what if that you cannot take back when that person is gone. So this topic today, Jester, it is as imperative as anything that we have ever done before.
For real, clear, because what I realized there, so there will be different type of grief. There will be that grief where for the let's say the daughter or son of that person that has lost their life, they were playing the role as they're supposed to play, right? And that they lost their loved one now. So they will grieve because they was close, they were doing what they had to do. But they also would have the grief, as we touched on already, for those that the conscience is the conscience are coming to play with
If they have
and
one.
it's beating up upon them, because they're realizing that, you know, I never used to play heater the way I should have to my parents, you know, and look at how they just passed away now. And all the guilt is over them, so they don't know how to deal. So they're grieving as a result of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not an easy situation to really find yourself in. I think grieving so is worse than
Mm-hmm.
anything else because
Mm-hmm.
anytime you see your conscience start to beat up upon you in such a way, trust me, it's not an easy thing to deal with. Depression, feeling deep sadness, emptiness, or hopelessness, especially the word hopelessness, they claim.
Mm-hmm.
That can definitely result, and I can see how it can result, especially maybe if it's a young person, let's say probably have lost their grandmother or so in life, because
Mm-hmm.
that person may have been a great source of strength and inspiration, right, for the
Mm-hmm.
future of that individual, and just passing away. As we say again, these things take effect most so when death happens suddenly, and they feeling them a questioning, what am I to live for now? That's the sort of hopelessness what do exist in times like these. All
Hold
right.
on. Jenny's saying good morning to you, Jester and CJ, and she says she's looking at us from BC. That's British Columbia. My friend, hope all
Wow.
is well up there.
I'm so happy for
Yes,
good to
yes.
be in a different environment, isn't
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
it? Acceptance, coming to terms with the loss and learning to move forward while remembering the loved one.
mm-hmm.
Clear.
Yes.
But
Go
sometimes it
on.
takes quite a while. Just, I think it might take quite a while sometime before you come to the terms of loss, especially depending on the circumstances.
Just
So,
it may take a while, but it never leaves, eh?
no, 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 no,
Never
never.
ever leaves. I'll you see, I think if you, the thing is, let's put it that way. If you're not ever close to the people that pass, it might, and I'm not saying it will, it might be an easier thing for you to go through it without having that long grieving period, right? But the people that are really close to the people in their life, some people never really got over it. It's a
Sure.
long process. And let me tell you something. A couple of years ago, there was a shooting somewhere, and I picked up my phone, honestly, and I like when it happened to me, I just stayed still. All said was already gone, and thing like that. I will call and we'll talk about it. And I picked up my phone, dialed his number, and then it just hit me. He's no longer around. I just stood there and I'm like, Claire, that's it. I hang up my phone nicely, and I think. But so sometimes psychologically, it you will get maybe a little relief from not thinking about it deeply every day, but you will never ever get um rid of it, because especially those of us who loses our parents, because that person is no longer part of your gesture. As I always say, that if somebody is sick in bed and you can talk to them and you see them and everything like that, you're still okay with that. But the minute that person just gone under that place 6 feet deep, that you lose everything, you lose touch of everything. That is normal, and that sometimes could even hit you harder than what we're talking about.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Healthy ways to navigate grief. So they are trying to guide us now as to how we should deal with grief. And it says, allow yourself to grieve. Don't suppress your emotions. Cry if you need to and express your feelings. So true.
Let's stick on that one. A lot of us, well, a lot of men in general, they grew up saying that people they grew up hearing, oh, you're not supposed to cry, or you're not supposed to show any emotion, you're not supposed to do this, and you're not supposed to do that. And I, for one, always say, if you want to cry, cry. You are made with emotions. You're not a robot. Robot cannot feel, and these days they're making them that they could have a little feelings and all. You are not a robot. So when someone in yours pass along, or anybody whatsoever, don't hold it inside and be stoic and say, oh, I'm a man, I'm not supposed to cry or anything. You know what you're doing really is you're killing yourself, because you're using so many muscles in your body to steep that way so that people wouldn't see you cry. Then if you really cry, I think people are going to be more sympathetic, more empathetic, and more emotional bonded to you than you do not hold. You have to grieve. Everybody grieves differently, as we say, but do not suppress your emotions. It's going to kill you.
Yeah,
You might end up in the grave with the person that you bury in there.
yeah, sure, right. Never try to suppress your emotion. Let it come out. It will be better off for you. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to someone you trust. Family, friends, clergy, or a counselor can provide support.
Mm-hmm.
So they are saying that when you are going through that period of grief, all right, which will help you, will just somewhat massage you a bit, to
Mm-hmm.
ease tension. They are advising that you talk to somebody that you can trust. Notice they didn't just say any and anybody. They say
Mm-hmm.
somebody of trust, someone of trust. And they give example of it might be a family member, a very close friend, or somebody from the clergy, or a counselor can provide this support. Well, a counselor would be somebody professional, so you didn't
Mm-hmm.
expect that they would let out anything out of the bag. So that is what they are saying. So that speaks for itself. I don't think that need any explanation.
Right.
Take care of yourself, meaning eat nutritious meals, rest, exercise, and stay hydrated. But you think everybody do that under the conditions, Claire?
No,
Because you have to,
people don't. Mm-mm. It is a hard thing to do, but then you
yeah,
have to look at it this way, Jester. If I don't do it, I might end up in the hospital or end up still dead where I'm grieving.
yes. For yeah, some people they don't. From the time they love one passed on, they don't really eat in such a way.
Mm-hmm.
They'll you see that they will drop weight um quite noticeably.
Mm-hmm.
You'll realize, sometimes it might be even difficult for the advise rest, but even resting might be a difficult thing. Some people find it's very, very difficult to rest, even sleep, whatever. Exercise, they want to be able at that time exercising. I mean,
Well, I don't think.
these are the
Go ahead.
go on.
I don't think it's as soon as the person died they're just talking about, right?
Mm,
Because that goes through a process. The person died, they are away from your home and all this stuff. But while this is taking place, you still have to look after yourself. And this is what they're talking about there. Eat nutritious food, exercise, do different things so that you can be okay too, because you cannot give anything out of an empty cup. So this is the advice that they are giving you. Not as soon as the person died, they tell you to get up and eat and exercise and rest and all this kind of thing. No, because they know it's a process. And if we do not follow that process, they're saying that this is what's going to happen to us. We lose ourselves.
Okay, that's true. And you're making a lot of sense with that based on the explanation that you have given. And stay hydrated. Don't forget to stay hydrated, Ekle.
You don't have to tell me that. Water is my thing.
Gosh. Uh, as we move along, keep meaningful memories alive. Look at photos, share stories, celebrate birthdays, or continue traditions that honor your loved one. But let's look at the first one. Look at photos. Whereas
Mhm.
some people might tend to do that, there are others that will opt out from doing that.
It depends on how you grieve, and it depends on how you're feeling about certain things. Not everybody, remember I said not everybody grieve the same way.
Same way.
Some will look at pictures because they always the one that thing. I know there's some grave that you go to in the cemetery and you see a picture of that person framed and into the wall. This is how they keep the memory of that person. So every time they go to that grave, or so they go and they bring flowers or whatever it is, that picture is they reminding them of who that person is. Whereas if it was somebody that was mean to them or anything, they don't care, they don't put no picture, they don't do nothing, they just shut down everything, bury everything, and that's it. That person is clearly out of their mind in the sense of keeping memories, of looking at photos or any of those sort of stuff. So it's differently. It's how you grieve.
Yeah. Okay, while we're on that, I usually somewhat be a bit kind of disappointed as to how some of our cemeteries are being kept. I mean, and first of all, I really don't believe that they should be having all these big concrete structures in cemetery, point blank. Because as it stands now, I believe it's reaching a stage. Because I've heard some of the agents, funeral agency, have been talking, and they say there's a camp for space for to bury bodies, and I find that is really taking place in truth. But I find government should identify a piece of land, and you do not allow no concrete structure. The most you should be allowed is a headstone. I've seen some grave. I've seen a grave in Washington, and it looks so beautiful. Everything is in rows, and then you just have a headstone, and it looks so arranged, Claire. So that when some people do visit, many people, not some, many people do visit the cemetery and just stay there and meditate. Um, they have lost someone and they've been to the graveside, right? And so, but some of our cemeteries, they are so unkept that it's not encouraging for people to go there and spend some time, just to reflect and, reminisce within themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I don't.
so
What are your view on that?
I think these days people are doing the tombs, or the, how do you call it, the mausoleum or whatever you call it, because when they someone does die and they did not put a stone, or they didn't put, somebody else claim that spot and bury somebody else in there. And I don't think you could go back and say, well, my people were buried there because there was no markers on it. But as you say, there's a cemetery not very far from where we live here. It's called Pine Hill Cemetery. And there are people that have, want to tell you, the Italian stones, marble and all this kind of thing, they're what, headstones. But everything, as you say, is neatly done. You can see the rows. I did not see any of those big tombs in there, because the way they do those things here, they have graves that like 3 or 4 persons could bury in that thing. So they don't build those humongous thing, as you say. They do it in rows, and if they do build, it's not a massive thing. But people are doing it to protect. I think they're doing it to protect their loved ones, because as I say, some people get buried in a grave, and when they go back, the grave is not theirs anymore. So it could be that is why they're doing it. But like you say, get a plot. They should get a plot. I'll go further. I'm further than that. Get a plot that could only hold just tombs. If you want to bury a person in a tomb, this is where you go to bury that person and leave the rest for regular burials with a headstone.
Right. So yeah, we had look at photos, share stories, celebrate birthdays. Why do you feel in celebrate? Is it the person that lost their life, but they should continue to celebrate, or
Well,
you as the individual to get over that issue?
this is kind of sticky. I don't know if they're
Can't
celebrating the birthday of the person or if they continue to celebrate their birthday. Because what it's saying, keep meaningful memories alive. Look at photos, share
Mm,
stories. So it's their birthday, not the person's that is dead. But because if you look at it, it says look at photos. That look at photos of that person that passed. Share
yeah,
stories of that person. Celebrate birthdays or continue tradition that honor your loved one. Not in that case, they want us to
right.
celebrate the person's birthday. I don't know.
Yes,
Because yeah,
yes. No, 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 no. But you're right about that. Yeah, you're definitely right.
there's a comment that says, take time to heal, but in the process, take care of yourself. Some people looks like they are healed. However, the hurt and the anger inside is tearing them up. This is quite true. Quite
Yeah,
true. Because sometimes
so
on the
true.
outside, just we can be the happy-go-lucky person. We happy as a pig in mud. But inside, a lot of turmoil is taking place that we don't talk about. So this is a good point that the person made.
Oh yes. Accept help from others. You don't have to carry your burden alone. I think
Huh?
that is obvious and speaks for itself. All
Mm-hmm.
in the process of trying to help relieve you from your grief.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
saying accept help from others. You don't have to carry the burden alone. There are people there that will be willing to help. And help comes in various ways. So sometimes it could have been a case where your mother used to be cooking for you and coming home and getting hot meals, and she passed on. That no longer happens. So there might be a good neighbor that might be willing to help now in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have that to worry about. Where your meals might be coming from.
And let me
So
tell you, partner,
yeah,
they get
just
a lot of food that you cannot even eat for yourself. So much food.
oh yes, yeah. Patient with yourself. Healing takes time. The person didn't make mention about that. Look at exactly that's what it is. It
Mm-hmm.
takes time to heal. The words just come the other way around, but it's same meaning, right? Healing takes time, and there is no deadline for grief.
That is true. Mm-hmm. Quite true.
No,
There's no
no
deadline. Nobody
deadline for
cannot tell you you can grieve
grief.
for 2 months and stop. If it, I don't know, they're Italians. If you when you travel in the US and Canada and stuff like that, if an Italian person lose their husband, they wear black for the rest of their life.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. You will never see them with if they wear black for the rest of, like, they're grieving that person right through that. Especially if it's most of the people that visit women. I don't know because a lot of when men wear black, but the widows, or you will see them wearing black right through after their husband passed. They just wear black. So that's the way they're dealing with their grief. It's not they never forget that person that was in their life.
Right. So, listeners and viewers, the number here is 404-1189. Hit those digits to be part of the conversation this morning. You might just have experienced losing a loved one, or you might have known of someone. So, that's the opportune time you can call in to be part of the whole thing here this morning. And we also ask you to subscribe, like, and share our program. All right. So the numbers once again 404-1189. Please don't be shy.
And
pick up this
and we
that
know there
phone
are
call.
people out there just that are going through grief at the moment, but I think they feel it's a tough thing to call and say how they feel. But we only learn from each other, and there's nothing wrong that you can say when you're going through your grief because everybody deals with it differently. So do not be afraid to pick up your phone and call and say what you went through, how you felt, and how you're getting over it if you're getting over it anytime soon. So please call. We really and truly want you to call and participate.
I can tell you that you never get over it entirely. I experienced losing my mom some maybe about 23, 24 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and at time the flashes will just come, and then it's like you find yourself in a trance, and that deep taken away from like your surroundings, and then after you kind of catch yourself, it's like that goes on
Mm-hmm.
from time to time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, so it's not something that you'll get over entirely for the rest of your life.
And
Yeah,
it
okay.
does not send you a memo saying that I'm coming at you at that time, eh? It just
No, no,
comes.
no,
It
no,
just
no.
comes.
Yeah, sometimes it just appears on you all of a sudden. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Be patient with yourself. Again, they mentioned in healing takes time, and there is no deadline for grief. Oh, we did say that
Mm-hmm.
before. We touched on challenges during grief. So we're mentioning now, we're looking at some of the challenges that you have while you are grieving. And the first one, you have difficulty sleeping or concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one of it. And we did touch on that a little bit. My difficulty with sleeping. Although you used to be having a very comfortable rest, and after that, for a little while, you might be very much disturbed in having that comfortable sleep that you once was used to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Concentrating, like, and especially for those doing white collar jobs, especially if you're dealing with figures and things, so you might find that you're making mistake in your in your math. You understand? Because you're being affected, and sometimes you're not even very much cognizant that is that happening, but you're very much affected by the loss of that loved one, so you really cannot concentrate, you know, as you used to.
And
It
and
happens.
and not only that, Jester, when you lose someone that you love in death, it is not only about the emotional part of it, like you grieving and listen. The amount of paperwork that you have to do while you're going through that, it is not something easy. I talk about white collar and so that people that are doing numbers and so. You have to go through so much paperwork when that person passes away that you never thought that you had to go through that the debt costs you to go through all of this. So it's not only the grieving process of you lose someone and so. You have to go to the government, you have to go to the funeral home, you have to pay for the burial, you have to pay for all that while you are grieving. So you can't say that, okay, that person died and they're dead, and that's it. You're grieving? Yes, you're grieving. But at the same time, you have to take care of that person that died. You have to go to the funeral homes, you have to go to this place, you have to do this, you have to think about that. So all that helps you not to be able to sleep properly or to concentrate much on anything.
What the point you're making there is very, very much pertinent and very much relevant, because I've heard of a number of situations already for children that have lost their parents, and sometimes that parent did not disclose certain things they were involved in doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they get to find out, it has financial implications behind it, like
Mm-hmm.
certain debts that been left behind to fulfill, which
Mm-hmm.
they weren't aware of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let me
That go on.
and let me tell you something. When you're grieving, and you go to places like a funeral home to buy a coffin or a plot or something like that. If they get a chance to sell, the whole funeral home while you're grieving, because you're saying yes to everything now because you really and truly don't want to think about anything. So it is important and it is imperative for you to get someone that is solid and someone that is balanced to go with you when you have to make those decisions. Because other than that, you will pay for things or you will buy things that you do not know about or you don't want to do. Just I think we lost sound. Just I can't hear you. What happened, Jester? We lost sound.
I'll take CJ and Jester.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I am hearing you now.
No,
Yes,
I'm not hearing myself, man.
I am hearing you.
Holding space just for you.
We need to get something sorted out here.
We're here. You're take. You're not alone. You see, they and Jester. It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out, don't drift away. Mental health it matters most, so come in close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly heard. Got your back, you got our word. Oh, take 5, see the start. Talking truth, then pressure. Every Tuesday, so holding space just for take take your time. From here, take now. CJ and Jester, bring the call. Laugh, we cry, we share the ride. No judgment here, just love and light. You've got a place right here to stay. So take 5 and heal today. Take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and dim pressure. Every Tuesday, same to be on. Wednesdays, just for you. Take one breath and take your time. We're here. You'll be right. Take on. CJ investor and you
At Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473 418 1845. Sugar's Repair Services.
Are you looking for that? Are you looking for that one little supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things
I think we should be back on.
heavy, you're not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices come, what's the care? 2 good friends always there.
All right, so listeners and viewers, let me just apologize for that sudden. It's amazing. So, which you have no control when these things happen.
Technology at its best and worst.
Sometimes technology really do fail us,
Yes, yes.
honestly.
Yeah.
You know, because I wasn't hearing you at the time and hearing myself. Are you hearing me over there?
I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Nah, I'm not hearing you.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm hearing you.
So it seems that the problem
Okay.
have now shifted.
Yes, yes, I guess. Dugo is working on it, don't worry.
So yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay.
So it's definitely it's on point. It's on point. All right.
Yeah.
So we are back. So
All
once again,
right.
viewers and viewers, I would like to apologize for that short break in our programming there due to technical difficulties. So we are back, right back with you, and we will continue
Yeah.
left off. So yeah, we were oh, you were making a point clear. I think when that happened.
No, I was saying that you when you lose someone and you go to the cemetery or the funeral agency to pay for to buy a plot or to buy a coffin or a casket or whatever it is, because you're already in grief. Some of them, they take advantage of that grief that you're in, and you buy things that you're not supposed to buy. They offer you the moon and then some. And if you don't have someone that is balanced or someone that is solid, and you go by yourself, you could spend way more money than what you intend to spend. So you have to, when you go to places like that, take someone with you that you trust, that person can guide you to do what you know is right for you and not what they offer you fully.
Yeah, and right. So we did make mention about some of the deals that that loved one might have been involved in, which children were
Mm-hmm.
aware of, children or other relatives. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
have certain financial bearings, so certain costs. It doesn't, or any other thing. It doesn't have to be financial, but it could be some other thing, um, that some deals or agreement that was not known, and then the children now have to come and deal with. But I remember when CJ passed away. Well, I grew up with CJ. That was
Mm-hmm.
Fred John, may soul rest in him. And when he died, um, what Clement and them realized, what we all realized, we went into the office, and Clay had a diary.
Mm-hmm.
Jay at that stage was maintaining, religiously maintain doing diary. That was a popular thing at one
Mm-hmm.
time in people's lives. They will
Right.
record whatever they do on a daily basis. And CJ
Right.
was doing that up to the time of death. So they had used that diary and they had become very much aware of a number of things that you have been involved in. And I realized that is really, really a good thing in itself, maintaining the diary.
And you,
I
and
mean,
you
I'm
know.
not, I don't do it, but
Mm-hmm.
I realized how good from that time, because they were able to follow up on a lot of things, a lot of deals that what CJ would have been involved in within his
Mm-hmm.
life. Yeah.
And sometimes just the grief. When we talk about people grieving, challenging, doing grief, difficult times, sleeping and concentrating. Sometimes it depends on what our loved one leave. Is we are not only grieving for them now, eh? We are grieving for the trouble that they left us in behind the death. So it's double whammy grief you're getting. You're grieving because they die, and then now you are grieving because of the mess that they leave behind that you have to clean up. How are you going to start doing this? Because you had no clue that this was going on. So you get two sets of grief.
Yes. Yeah. But going back, I really love the idea about the diary. Maybe people should start going back to doing diary again. Clear.
Well, no, you write things. I write down things. I write things. So if I need something happen to me, like last week, after when I heard I told mom pass and stuff,
Mm.
Candice was in the room. I went to her and knocked it on. She said, yes. I said, what did I say I want to happen to me when I dead again? You want to be cremated? I said, okay, you on the ball. Because, you have to have things in place that you don't leave any confusion behind. You said I so told you that his mother did everything
Yeah.
before she passed, so they have no problems finding out what she wants or what she doesn't want. And this is something a lot of people, when we talk about death, a lot of people jump up. Oh, why are you making will? Or why are you doing this? Or why are you doing? It is inevitable.
Oh yes.
Death is
At some point in
inevitable.
time.
Death
Yeah.
and taxes are the two things that we're sure about in our lifetime. So the quicker you make preparation for that, it's the better for everyone behind that you leave to take care of your thing. Because if you put all your ducks in a row, no one should have any problems when you pass because you have everything sorted out. You could make a living will. You could do whatever, you change it as you go along. If you left it for, you have two children, you leave this for one and the other start behaving bad and you say that's let they work for this. You just want to take out everything, you change your will, you do whatever. It is not saying that when you do these things, you're going to die. No, you're preparing your children or your loved ones for what is to come if and when you pass. And as we see, Jester, there are a lot of stuff here that goes on when we lose someone.
Quite a lot of stuff there. And it's just many of them are very much realistic.
Hmm.
You know,
Go ahead.
can't dispute that. So yeah, we're still under the challenges during grief. So we dealt with difficulty sleeping or concentrating, loss of appetite or overeating.
Hmm. Normally this happens when you're under this kind of stress, and so you don't eat, you lose your appetite, or you overeat. It goes
Yeah,
one. You call, they call it stress eating. So sometimes you don't know if you're stressed. When you see yourself piling on pounds, you ask yourself, well, what happened here? Because you're just eating helter skelter. You don't you And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're eating bad. You're eating the healthy food, but it's the time you eat it and how much you eat at the time because you're overeating to combat the stress that you're going through.
yeah. Withdrawing from family members and friends.
That is depression.
Yeah. Feeling
That
guilty or blaming yourself.
that is when you ignore your parent and your grandparent, and you ignore the people in your life. You put them in a home and you leave them there and you never go back to look for them. That is what it is. Feeling of guilt and blaming yourself.
Loss of motivation or purpose. Yeah, I can see that happening.
How
I
you see
see
it
it.
happening?
Well, because of the losing a loved one, especially depending on how very close you are to that loved one, it may take you a while before you really, you know, get back to the normal way of functioning.
Mm-hmm.
Son, yeah, feel very much um, not motivated to continue to do the things that you're accustomed to doing. You know, you kind of almost
Mm-hmm.
like uh, lost with a sense of purpose. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's really not easy. Really not easy. All these listeners and viewers are points that the researcher came up with that is so challenging during your time of bereavement. Yeah. These
Mm-hmm.
reactions are common, but if they become overwhelming or persist for a long time, seeking professional support is important. I'll leave you to deal with this one because I know you
Why
love
you
it.
leaving me to deal with it? That is unfair.
Why don't you?
Well, these reactions are common, but if they become overwhelming or persist in long term, seeking professional health support is important. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, of course, that's what.
Well, let me put it this way. It says all these reactions are common, but if they become overwhelming, and when they become overwhelming and last for a long time, is because you cannot sleep properly, you don't eat, you withdraw from friends and family. All these things happen just when someone you love passes away. So you may try talking to a friend, you may try talking to a family, remember, but all the things that they're telling you is not things that you want to hear because they're bringing back memories that you do not want to. to talk about, or memories that you do not want to relive. So the next thing you can do, Jester, or anyone around you that see what is happening to you, is to go for therapy. And again, there is no wrong in going for therapy because you are trying to heal yourself. It's not about healing other people. It's not about healing the person that you lose because they're already gone. There's no healing for them anymore from you. It's about you yourself because you might be going through feelings of guilt because you thought you could have done more before that person passed. You may talk about you lose your appetite, you're not eating and all that, and because this is grief and you're depressed. So go seek professional help. Like I said to you, I was therapized and I have no problem telling anybody that I went to therapy. Because when you look around you and all these things that they're talking about here, you go through it. But you cannot get over it by yourself. So you need to go get help. And sometimes, Jester, you don't need therapy for 8 months, 10 months, or anything of that sort. No. You sometimes it's a week or one session, and that's it. I had 2 sessions. Two. Because when I went and I started up, because my daughter said to me, "You're not sleeping properly, you're not eating properly, you need to go get help, mom." And I'm like, okay. She watched me when I say okay, but she knows me, she knows the way I operate, and I was totally different. So she booked the appointment and she sent me off to it. I went. I went and I sat and I talked and what they ask you questions of how you feel and all these kinds of things. And you open up because you see you don't know that person, the person don't know you. So you could only get the truth of what they're telling you, yeah? So I talked and I said what it is, how I feel in another. And she said, well, you don't have to get a lot of or whatever you come here for. What you have to do is whenever you feel certain ways, you write them down, clear it from your head. And that has been able to help because, when you write it down, at least you're pouring yourself into what it is that you're thinking and how you're feeling. So
Yeah.
when you hear about therapy and people hear about therapy, they're thinking, well, it's something, people want to know your business and they're telling you this and they will no. It is to help you to become the person that you were and even be better. Because there are things that you learn when you go to therapy that you didn't know was going to help you if you didn't go. So do not be afraid. And you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to go for a year. There are things that you go and you may have to do therapy for years upon years, Jester. Because whatever it is that is inside you that is taking a while to come out, you need more than 2 sessions or more than 3 sessions, more than a month. You need years to get over it. And I'll give you an example. A child that was sexually assaulted or raped and survived, that is never ever going to leave that child's mind anytime soon. So a child like that, or even an adult, a woman that was raped, they have to go through therapy for years, Jester,
Yeah. Yeah.
before they can even come to a semblance of what their self used to look like. And that also happens in death. Also happening there. It's our psyche that is being affected, nothing else more than our psyche.
Yeah.
Did I answer it to your
Oh,
satisfaction?
yeah. Oh, yes. Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so let's move along.
Yeah. Out of 10 marks,
I get
I
an
want you
11?
don't, please don't spoil yourself.
I am already spoiled. I can get better. Spoiled.
So, finding hope after loss. Healing does not mean forgetting the person you love. It means learning to carry the memory while continuing to live a meaningful life. The love you shared remains a part of you, even though they are no longer physically present.
Hmm.
And that is just so true. Healing does not mean forgetting the person you love. How can you forget? No, you wouldn't. just wouldn't be able to forget.
No.
You know.
Good morning to Royal Charles Alexander. I see you just checked in. Yeah.
Oh yeah. A long time I didn't hear that name either.
Royal went to to Gang Hong. She went to China.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of people. There's a lot of opportunities for people to go to China these days.
Yeah. You should go.
Quite a lot of people are taking advantage of it.
You should go so that you'll learn how to appear at places on time. Because they don't make joke with time over there.
That I don't need that to make me happy every time.
Oh gosh. So yes. So you are saying you read it about the love the shared remains a part of you even though they are no longer physically present. And that is true. Quite true.
So it means learning to carry the memory while continuing to live a meaningful life.
Mm-hmm.
The love you shared remains a part of you, even though they are no longer physically present.
Well, that's hard to think. You lost your mom. You
Yeah.
had good mom memories of your mom, and you say sometimes you space out. It just hit you, boom, shut that she's no longer there. This is part of it, carrying the memory while continuing to live your life. You did not forget about her. You cannot forget about her because that was your mom, right? Who lose their dad, their wife, their husband. You don't forget. It just sometimes it go on hiatus, and when you're ready, you don't have your memory. Just come back, boom, and that's it.
All right. So, Claire, I believe it's an opportune time to take a break here. And then when we come back, we actually would be on the home stretch.
Okie doke.
Right, so, listeners and viewers, we'll take a break here and we'll be back with you momentarily.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I
Welcome
need
to
say.
Take 5, your mental health program with CJ and Jester. With CJ and Jester.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you looking for that one local supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at the same time? Well, look no further. Smart Buy SA Belfon and Company Limited Limited, located at the top of the town on Main Street Hotel St. Patrick, is the ideal spot. They're open Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, and 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks at Snack Buy.
Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473 418 1845. Sugar's Repair Services.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take five, you're in the zone. Voices calm, hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find. Well, take five, CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10.
Once again, welcome back, listeners and viewers,
Stay.
to this very unique program indeed entitled Take 5 for yet another Tuesday, Tuesday the 21st of July 2026.
Align your mind. Take five. You're not
And the topic of discussion this morning on the Mental Health Show,
gonna bring you home.
navigating through grief and loss after the death of a loved one. And we are right back. Claire, welcome back. Welcome back to our listeners and viewers.
Good. Well, good morning to you, Mackenzie. Hope all is well. Yep.
Yeah.
So, Jester,
Yes, Claire, that's my name.
I know. Jester Augustus Noel. And Augustus is your middle name?
What? I got. What is Claire?
Oh my gosh. You know,
You
you
know
see,
what? Think what you want. Tell me what you want.
I know. I could call you whatever I want, and I do. Yeah.
You're about some spoiling people name, but
Yes. Let me say good morning to my brother out there in London. He normally listens when he's off, and I think this morning he might be listening. That is Irvin. You know who Irvin is, Jester, yes?
yeah, I know Ovin. Ovin used
Yeah.
to be listening to me on a Saturday morning too. When I
Dexter used to be listening to you on a Saturday morning also.
yes, when I used to
Mm-hmm.
do my
Yeah.
program back in the day.
Yeah, he's in London and he's normally says good morning. There are a lot of people that kind of like listens to us, but they just don't come on live and they don't check in, but they do listen. So we always want to say thank you to those of that do that. They're in the background people, but they're there and they're listening.
Behind
So
the scene.
behind the scenes, yes, that's who they are. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So
Yes.
continue.
All right. So another thread in the finding hope after loss, and then
Mm-hmm.
healing does not mean forgetting the person you love. It means learning to carry the memory while continuing to live a meaningful life. The love you shared remains a part of you, even though they are no longer physically present. Many people find comfort through faith and prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let me deal with that one. Um, and that's it. Claire, a lot of people who wasn't deep in church as a result of losing a loved one eventually find themselves deeply in church after that.
Mm-hmm. But
Yes.
why is that though?
Well, that's where they tend to feel comforted. That's how I view it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, some people end up there through other means. Like when I say that, sometimes it might be from a disappointing relationship. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people church after that kind of thing happen. you know.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
devote, so some kind of thing like that, you know. Or some again, like they may have a mishap and come very close to death, and realizing that they did not die, and they return to church,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So we are
Lot of
saying that
reasons. Lots of reasons.
so many reasons, you know, but for coming back to our topic, in relevant to our topic, that is also people end up being in church as a result of that. And their faith has been deep and become very prayerful, you know.
Hmm.
Spending time with supportive family and friends. Yeah. I can see the reason for that, to try to take away some of the grief, and you know, so you gather with family members who probably would really know of your loved one, because they stay family members, and and friends too.
Hmm.
So help you to ease the burden on your shoulders of grief, you know. So rally around you. Maybe you could um, cook, you know, have a drink, you know, reminisce. Yeah. I am one person that really enjoy reminiscing in life. Yeah. So a lot of times, sometimes when we have a little function, for example, and a lot of that used to happen by Leslie, by Nico.
Hmm. Hmm.
But one thing you will hear complaining about, I usually come late. But the thing about it now, Claire, the difference with me now, but I'm not prepared to leave early.
But
You
that's the
know?
thing, you have to make you go. That's it. When he give you time 7 o'clock and 7 to 10, when 10 o'clock you go, and whether you come 9:30, go.
So my
I
good
firmly
partner,
believe in that.
my good partner Nico will always complain at the time I will show up.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, so even when he, John Boots, you know, sometimes people, when Nico used to be here, and then you have friends that came from abroad, trying to say, have a nice little, look at little fish water, have a 2 beers, and the party is not just about eating the food, Claire, but reminiscing of the past is something I very much enjoy in life. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah, you could
Because you
talk
think
about,
about the good times
oh
and the
yes,
bad times.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that is one of the things I enjoy about my lifetime. Really, really, yeah. Reminiscing. It's really, I don't know how some people may not care too much about it. I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel very strong and very emotional about, passionate about, you know, going back down to the days, going back down memory lane.
Yes, that's reminiscing. You say, remember that, you remember that? And did you
Yeah,
remember this? That is reminiscing in its
yeah,
own right. Because sometimes you do it on your own. You think about things that happened, things that you did, things that what you saw and everything like that. But then when you bring it up, you're saying, Jester, did you remember that? Do you remember when we
yeah.
used to do this? When you all hold me and throw me in the water in the sea?
I know we should have been talking, you know.
That was bad baptism you all gave me.
But you know, I wasn't when I said that I was on the side.
Yeah,
When
but you
I saw
saw.
them
But you
guys,
saw.
they was brutal to do that to you.
I could you beat that? It's a wonder I speak to them still. That's why they had to end up almost in prison for me because of what they did to me. Just to
I mean,
center yourself. Center yourself. Your camera is a
they,
bit off.
I didn't touch the camera. See?
Go, go, go. You're better. Yeah.
So
Yes.
you see,
So that's going down memory lane. You're reminiscing about those days. And you reminisce about the days when you used to go to football and you're coming up on the bus in the evening late and you're going there and everybody's sleeping and everybody upset and
again we
all
gone off
kinds
enough.
of stuff. We gone off again? I'm
No,
hearing
no,
you.
we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, momentarily I was up there. We gotta get
I
back.
think the internet is giving a bit of an issue on your end.
Or maybe.
Yeah.
Claire, that
Yeah.
day, what are you wearing? A long pants?
Where? Yeah, I was wearing my favorite clothes, jeans and a white shirt.
Yeah, a long jeans. Yeah, I remember. And
Mm-hmm.
they raise you high up in
Bodily.
full of show.
Oh,
Full of
yes,
show.
and And they threw me in the water, and then they picked me out from the water and put me standing, and then I had to go home walking wet, 150 pounds, 20 pounds more than about 40 pounds more than my 116.
But
But that's okay. You see, we could reminisce about that now.
I didn't know Nico was a part of that too.
Of course, of course. Ted, oh, Ted, I think Ted raised me bodily. He's the one who raised me body. And you know the funny how they do Jester? It's not that they didn't just come and pick me up, you know, they surrounded me
Yes,
smartly.
yes,
And this
yeah.
one come there, this one come there. And honestly, I saw them moving, but I didn't even think that they were going to really throw me in the water. And hear me, the stupidity. Let me go over the water, you know, asking them. One of them took out my watch. I know that one took out my watch. I don't know who took my watch off. And I'm like, let me go. And they say, oh, she said, let her go. And they just let me go in the water. I'm like, oh my God. I tell you, that day I could have, but it's okay. They're my good guys.
You forgive them?
Yeah, long time. Because they nearly go in jail for me after that, remember?
Yes. Yeah, remember that. Remember that.
Yes. So,
Joining a grief support group. Yeah, I know that grief support group. I know first time I'm hearing that.
no, it has, okay. Just as how you have Alcoholic Anonymous, where
Yeah.
people go to groups so that they can talk about how to get over the disease of drinking alcohol. They also have grief support group because, as I say, a lot of people on this planet lose someone that they love, and they cannot deal with the grief all by themselves. So they have groups, or they form groups where each person come and talk about how they feel, and in that way they might be able to get a little bit of relief because they're thinking, well, I thought I was the only one that was going through this, but I'm not the only one. So that gives them a bit of a comfort. So they do have grief support group. You don't also always have to go one-on-one to a therapist. If you have grief support group and you trust the people in there, in that group, then you can really open up and say how you feel about things, what you did not do, and what you're really sorry, you're really guilty of not going and look after my parent while I put them in the home, not spending as much time with them as I want to. And you are not the only one that is saying this. A lot of people out there are doing the same. So when you go to that group and you realize I'm not the only one that did not go see my parent or my loved one that when they were in the home, that gives you a bit of a ease on your conscience. So you do have grief support group. They support each other in their grief.
You see why this program is so important because it never really dawned on me. Like you'll find a lot of other social groups and things like, but to have one specifically for joining for grief. So I never knew that existed really.
Yes, and sometimes you go to a therapist, and the therapists themselves are the ones that form the group because so many people come to them with how they're feeling, the grief that they're going through losing their loved one. So they do a group in the facility where they are, or they may go to a community center, maybe on a Tuesday evening or a Thursday evening and talk about it. So it's not that you alone and a bunch of people. There's someone that is, how do you call it, educated enough, like a therapist, to come and talk about it. They write things on the board. Then they ask you to say what it is that you're going through. So each and every one of you learn something inside there.
Okay, great. But, although they have this kind of thing here, I find that I'm in international countries.
You might be surprised. Maybe they do, and we never hear about it because how many things just do we hear about in Grenada that is taking place until something big happens?
Could I just stick up here? We have a call coming in.
Okay.
So let me take that call. Good morning and welcome to the program, caller. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning, Claire.
Good morning.
So, this is a very good topic we all experience, even so.
The internet is dropping, Jester.
Yeah, the internet. I hope she's
And we will never know. I'm hearing some music in the background, so that's
okay.
why I paused.
Okay, hold on.
Mhm.
Just hold on. Let me deal with that. Let me just get it out. All right. Is that should
Yes,
make a
that's
difference,
better.
right? Great.
Yeah, that's better.
Nice.
And you already mentioned the 5 stages of death that everyone goes through, and all of us require different time, a different timeline. But eventually, we would reach to the stage of acceptance. Now, some people confuse acceptance with the notion that they're all right or they're okay with what has happened, but that's not really what acceptance is. Because most people will never really feel okay or all right about the loss of a loved one. But this is really the stage where you accept the reality that our loved one is physically gone and recognize that this is a new reality and it's a permanent reality. And I remember when that happened to me after my dad died, I had gone home for the funeral and then I came back. And then the year after, I went back home. And I was sitting in the veranda. And then it just dawned on me, and I said to myself, he's just not here. You know,
Yeah.
physically, he's just not here. Because normally, if he's there, we probably would be in the veranda chatting together. And that's when I think I really accepted that physically he's no longer here, and this is a new reality.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that reality means now that we have to learn to live with it. We have to make, this is a new norm for us. So we have to try to live in a world where a loved one is missing. So although we may never get accustomed to it, eventually we may start to reach out to others and become more involved in their lives, or we may invest in our friendship and relationship with others, in that we begin to live again, but we cannot do so until we have gone through the stages of grief and reach to the point of acceptance. And there is no timeline for everyone. Everybody does it in their own time. And I know before really experiencing death of a close loved one, sometimes someone die and you would say, accept my sympathy, but you really don't know or feel what that person going through until you experience it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that we really have to experience to know what it is. But there is hope for the dead because, there is hope that we can see our loved ones again in a resurrection, but that is on a resurrection on a paradise earth. So death is not the end of everything. There is still hope that someday we can see them again. So that's my contribution for today.
Caller, before you run off, I realize you talk quite a lot about your dad. It seems that were you were, am I to get the impression that you are much closer to your dad than your mom?
Actually, I think my dad played a bigger role, I would say, in our lives. But I was very close to my mom. But my dad would be the one that's, he played a bigger role in our lives and had a bigger impact, I would say, on our life. But for me personally, yes, I was very close to him. In fact, the year before he died, when I found out that he was sick, I went home. And we were having this conversation, and he said to me, he says, if I die, you don't have to come back. Because he knew he had cancer, so he knew eventually, we all knew eventually he would, die.
Yeah.
And he said, you don't have to come back when I die. And I said, how you mean I don't have to come back? He says, but you came now while I'm alive. So when I die, you do not have to come back. And I said to him, but I'll come anyway, because now I'm coming for I said, I'll come anyway. And we just left the conversation like that. But you see, he appreciated that I came while he was alive.
Yeah, I think that.
And that's the best. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So I had a good relationship with both my parents. My dad had a more impact on our lives, I would say. I was very close to my mom. I think the reason why I was very close to my mom, I used to look at it like, because I'm from a large family, and then I would see her working so hard to, get us ready and do this. So I think I empathize with my mom a lot more. In fact, my sisters would say that I was my mom's favorite. They would tell you that up to this day. They would joke about it. But I had a close relationship with both of them. But my dad, I would say, had a bigger impact on our lives. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you
So
so
Thank
I
you
very
so
describe
very
much.
it.
much. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, have a good day.
You as well.
Bye.
Just Lorna made a point here that she says when she came when her father was sick, she went home and he said to her, "You don't have to come back when I die," because he knows that he knew what his lifespan was like around that time. And this is a very important point that she made, Jesse. You know why? There are a lot of us that do not pay attention to our parents when they are alive. We don't do anything for them, like spend time with them, look after them in any way or form. But when they pass, we want to come and show off and give them the best casket that is known to mankind and give them the biggest happy hour and all that stuff. Cut that crap out. No.
But yeah, it's a good advice, but that doesn't mean to say everybody go pay
Well,
you
no,
to
no,
get
no. You know why I'm saying that? Because they need you more when they're alive to show them that you care.
Yeah, that's true.
When you die, they know nothing at all. Whatever you do, you could give them the most expensive casket out there. You could do whatever you want. They have no idea that you're doing this. You ought to be there when they could see you, when they could touch your hand, when they could hug you, when they could kiss you, when they could have conversations with you. Not after they're gone, you come and show how much you care. Show them the care while they are with you. And that's what I'm saying. Because many of us, you hear, we never do anything for our parents or never do anything for them. And they die and they want to come and go by Laquan, Bailey's, and all them places and give them the best casket. You give them the best while they are alive, not when they croak. And that's why I say cut the crap.
Yeah, the Mighty Sparrow have that kind of thing in song. It's called Crocodile Tears. Stuff like that does happen as well. But you're making a very important point because at the time when the person really need the money, like to buy medications and to be looked after,
You're nowhere to
they're
be seen.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know. If they are not, even if they are not being seen, but then making the funds available so that
Mm-hmm.
the care can be given to your mother or father or whoever,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
don't usually happen. And then at the end of it all, they come now to create an impression. And
Cut the crap. So let's say it.
oh gosh, yeah,
Guys, I know you're going with your points.
yes. So
You're at 7 others of volunteering.
yes, serving others or volunteering, journaling, journaling, thoughts,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
emotion.
So when they say journaling thoughts and emotion, remember you said I told you you go to the therapist and it depends on what they ask you and the answers you give them, they will tell you to write your thoughts down. That's when you
Right.
start, you have your little diary or you have your special notebook, or you have a special book just for this. So when the grief and so hits you, you put your thoughts in that. You write it down. Your emotions, how you feel at the time when you heard that your loved one passed, your mom died, your dad died, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, how you felt around that time, how you feel while they were lying at Laquan, you have to go make all the arrangement. How you feel the day of the funeral. Just that your mic is too low, turn it up. Give your mic volume. Use the little black thing there. How you feel when they take you to the memorial of that person. How you feel when they put them down in the hole and cover them and they are no more. These are the things that they're asking you to journal, your thoughts and your emotion. And if while you're writing it, you're crying tears, that's how you feel. So they're asking you to write that down. That is journaling. So all of these things that you have to do when you're going through those emotions.
Okay. Are you hearing me good, play? You say you're
I'm hearing
complete.
you, but someone says the message is the child just says mic is too low. Yeah. So that's why. Yep. So that's it. Journaling and emotion. I think that is a really, really important point because sometimes you are in la la land. You do not know what to do with yourself. You cannot find. And let me tell you something. Like in everything else, Jester, when someone of yours pass or someone of yours really sick, you will get a lot of people coming, a lot of empathy, a lot of people around you. But I remember at the same time that these people still have their life to live. They still have to go about their daily life. So it's not they wouldn't be with you every day of your grief. You understand? So
Yeah.
you have to learn now to stand on your own and figure out things as you go along in your grief. Because you cannot expect me to be 24/7 with you because you lost your mom. Because I have a life too. And that the life that I have to take care of. So the quicker we get to where we are going to deal with things the way we know how, it's going to be better for us. And that way we can heal ourselves slowly and get where we have to get at some point in our lives.
All right. So, in conclusion, grief is not something we get over. It is something we learn to live with. The pain may never completely disappear, but with time, support, and self compassion, it becomes possible to smile again, find joy again, and honor the memory of our loved one through the way we live our lives. Yeah. And yeah, grief is not something we get over at all. No, we know we can't get over grief just like that. We accepted that from the very beginning. It is something we learn to live with. We have to, but yeah, no
You know,
choice. Live with it.
there is something I can't remember the the name that I have for it, but as it happens, especially to a husband and a wife. If somebody remember what the name is, they can tell me. But it is such a grief where that person died, and that other person, I died this month, Jester, and 2 months after that, you die. There is a name for it. There is grief. The word has grief in it, or the sentence has grief in it, but I can't remember the first one. If it's marital grief or some kind of grief, they call it. Because
Yeah,
when two people are living together and they reach a ripe old age of marital bliss together, when one pass, most times the other one do not last as long.
yeah, that's true.
There is a name for it. I can't remember. Lana might be able to tell me what it is, or someone that is listening might be able to tell me what it is. But I think I don't know if it's called spousal grief or something. But we hear a lot of it, just where two people are married and then the husband die. Most times when the wife die, the husband go right after, or vice versa.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's not because they want to die, it is the emptiness, the loneliness. They look around and they are no longer there to speak to each other. The person is not there for you to speak to. You do everything together. I love it, Jester. When you sometimes you summer, you see it a lot. You see an elderly couple walking the road. They're slow as Solomon, but they hold hands and they are walking together. That is what marriage is all about, and how people live with each other. As they say when you marry, you start looking like each other, right? The man look like the woman look like the man, and all this kind of thing like that. So when that takes place and one die, the other one follow soon after, because they cannot get over the grief that the person, the partner is no longer there, they finish each other's sentences, and that's what happens when you live for a long, 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 long time together. You marry over 50 years, 60 years, 80 years. Some of the time you grow old together, you reach 100 together, 99, 100, and that is what happened. So you will never get over it. And
Yeah.
that's why we hear of people passing right after a few months after each other. But we the ones that are a bit stronger. We, as it says, you you go along trying to find joy again, honor the memory of that loved one, and 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 through the way we live our lives.
All right, Claire. I've
Mm.
seen Fitlin Harley Douglas there. Has she just joined in the
Yes, she
class?
just come out in the garden and she joined in. Good
Oh
morning to you,
my
the
gosh.
Hollywood
You see,
actress.
better late
Better
than
late than
never.
never. Yes. Yeah.
But we still giving her detention.
Yes. So go ahead. We're at 12 o'clock.
Reflection. Those we love never truly leaves us. They live in our hearts, our memories, and the lives they touched. Though grief changes us, love remains forever.
Okay.
So true.
The name of it, Jester, is widowhood effect.
Widowhood effect.
Hmm.
Oh,
We learned something new. I know there's something with it, but I couldn't remember. So it's widowhood effect. So either one or die. The effect is on that one, so they don't live long after.
and that's it, listeners and viewers. To take five, we
I
have come
think
to the
I
end of
think
our
you should I
program.
think Jester, you should say the last one again, the reflection, because a lot of us we need to reflect on the things that happen that we feel after someone passed. So go
So
ahead.
let me reiterate. Those we love never truly leave us. They live in our hearts, our memories, and the lives they touched. Though grief changes us, love remains forever.
Amen to that. Can't say it better myself. Can't say it better
Yep.
myself. So,
So, to our listeners and viewers, it was an absolute pleasure for we to be in your company for yet another Tuesday, the 21st of July, 2026. Taking your
mhm.
time off from your busy mid morning schedule, sacrificing it with us.
So let me say thank you to those that came on the live. Carol Belfon, Chance the Gamer 97, Lorna Bain, Keith Lalsin, Ricky Sher, good morning, Jay Wanda, Kira, um, Faitlin Hallie Douglas, and who else? Jenny Mason. She couldn't stay with us a long time because she had to go drop off her grandson to school. And all of you who listened to us this morning, Rachel Charles, which is our RCA. Good morning to you, Mackenzie Whiteau. To all of you, we'd like to say thank you so very much for checking in with us today again. And hopefully, next week we'll have another topic of importance that we all can learn something from. This is a learning process. You just say, we have learning hospitals, we have teaching hospitals. This
Yes.
one here is a learning process because everything we do in our lives on a daily basis affects us mentally. And it doesn't have to be bad mentally, there's good mentally also. So thank you all so very much and hope to see you next week, God's will, again for another program. Jester?
I thank him so much. Well, I've already done that. So looking forward to being in your company next week, Tuesday, God's will, where we'll have another interesting topic of discussion. So long, I'm out of here, but let me just run my theme song, Claire.
Yes, yes. You cannot find it.
Items at the same time.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take five, you're in the zone. Voices calm, hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find. Oh, take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon. We're holding space
Just for you. Take a breath. Take your time. We're here to realign your mind.
Take 5.
You're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home.
It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out, don't drift away. Mental health it matters most, so come in close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly heard. We got your back, you've got our word.
Everybody.
Take 5, CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5,
you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home.
Share the ride, no judgment here, just love and light. You've got a place right here to stay, so take 5 and heal today. Take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to 9, we're holding space just for you.
Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind.
Take 5,
you're not alone.
CJ and Jester
bring you home.
Goodbye, everybody.
Love you guys.
At Sugar's Repair Services, we offer